Welcome back to our lecture series in linear control system. In last class, we discussed very well about the construction of Bode plot and how phase margin and gate margin can be determined from the Bode plot, and what about the stability. So those things are discussed with 3 previous lectures. First lecture describes about magnitude plot, second lecture describes about phase plot, and third lecture is describing how phase margin and gain margin can be determined from these plots. So in today's class we are dealing the same thing with some slight modification in the question. So in previous question the k was some value like some 10, and we made all other terms standardized, and that residues are multiplied with this value, and we got some new k value like 0.2 in our previous example. So in today's problem k is not given as a value. The k is just a constant term represented by the alphabet k. So in such a question we have to find k for some desired condition. It may be for stability, for some particular value of phase margin, some value of gain margin. For obtaining that condition, we have to vary the k. So it's our duty to find the value of k from the plot. So what is the question? Sketch the Bode plot and find the k so that phase margin is 50 degree. So phase margin is given as a condition. We have to draw the Bode plot initially with k is equal to 1. Please note it. We have to draw initially with k is equal to 1. We can draw Bode plot by assuming by taking a alphabet k constant. How we can find the magnitude of alphabet? So we have to take some value. So initially we have to take k is equal to 1. Then you draw the Bode plot, so that you will get the value of Bode plot. Then adjust the Bode plot so as to get the phase margin 50 degree. This condition may vary. In some question it may be phase margin, some it may be gain crossover frequency. You can correlate all these things. Once this problem is clearly understood, then you can correlate the other things also. So this is the question: k s square by 1 plus 0.2 s into 1 plus 0.02 s. So s square is in the numerator, so it is a differential term with square, and 2 poles are there in the denominator. So the first term is k s square. Initially we are taking k is equal to 1, so the term will be s square. First term is s square. Second term is 1 by 0.2 plus 1 plus 0.2 s. So 1 plus st is the standard format. So t is equal to 0.2. If t is equal to 0.2, frequency will inverse of time. So 1 by 0.2, it is 5 radian per second. Please take care on this. In previous class I didn't mention the unit. I forgot to mention the unit of frequency. Radian per second is the unit of omega. And term 3, 1 by 1 plus 0.02 s, where t is equal to 0.02. If t is equal to 0.02, what will be frequency? That is 1 by 0.02, that is 50 radian per second. So corner frequencies of all the terms are okay. Now we are moving to the slope table or change in slope table. For that, I have to arrange all terms on the basis of ascending order, that is lower value first, then upper value or higher value, ascending order of corner frequency. So the first term is not having any corner frequency because it is an integral or differential term. Such term will not be having any corner frequency. Corner frequency is not applicable. So that will be the first term, s square. Second term, here we are having 2 corner frequencies, one is 5 and one is 50. Definitely the corner frequency 5, this term should be taken as second term, and the term with corner frequency 50 should be taken as third term. Then what about the slope? As it is s square, integral or differential term. If it is differential term, plus. If it is integral term, that means 1 by s square, we have to take minus. And 2 into number of s terms. Here there is s square, 2 terms. So 2 into 20, that will be 40. So 40 is the slope. If it is 1 by s square, that will be minus 40, like that. So this is the first term. Its slope will be taken as the slope of entire plot. Change in slope is 40 itself because no other terms are there. So initial slope is 40 degree. That means the plot is coming to its first corner frequency. Up to the first corner frequency of 5, the slope will be 40 degree. Okay. Okay. Then this is the second term and this corner frequency is 5, and this term is a pole 1 plus st, pole in the denominator. So as it is denominator, the slope will be minus, and there is a first order, only one s term is there, so its degree will minus 20. So slope of individual term is minus 20. Then what is the change in slope? Initially it was 40 degree slope up to 5. All this slope, change in slope and slope are dB per decade, that is the unit. So initially it was 40 degree up to the corner frequency of 5, then we are adding another minus 20. What is the new slope? 40 minus 20, that will be 20 degree. So from the corner frequency of 5 to 50, the slope will be 20 degree. So now we are adding third term. Third term means 1 plus 0.02 s. It is also a pole, that is in the denominator s term. So again minus 20 degree. Only s term. If it is square is there, it will be minus 40. Cube is there, minus 60. So again minus 20. So the magnitude plot was coming with a slope of 20 dB per decade up to the 50 corner frequency. Then we are adding a new slope of again minus 20. So the next slope or change in slope will be minus 20 minus 20. Sorry, 20 minus 20, that will be 0 degree. So this is the slope table or change in slope table. Now take omega L and omega H, because up to the first corner frequency we are having an initial slope. That should be connected from one point. For that we have to take omega lower. That omega lower should be less than the lower corner frequency. So less than 5, I took it as 0.5. And for the omega higher, we have to take a higher frequency. That should be more than the higher corner frequency 50. Higher corner frequency is 50. So omega higher should be more than higher corner frequency. So I took 100 radian per second. This is the case. So slope is over. Now we are moving to find magnitude for all these corner frequency and omega L and omega H. So we have to calculate how much magnitude, how many magnitude we have to calculate. How many magnitudes we have to calculate? Up to 5, we have to calculate magnitude corresponding to initial term. Then for the next corner frequency, then omega L, omega H, we have to calculate 4 magnitudes. So I have written the calculations of magnitude plot, that we want to calculate magnitude for all those frequencies. So the first corner frequency was omega is equal to 5. So up to first corner frequency, the magnitude depends purely on integral or differential term. Here k is absent, k is 1. Otherwise k by that term we have to consider, k by s square or k into s square. Such term we have to consider for the calculating the initial magnitude. Okay. So up to omega is equal to first corner frequency, we can substitute any value of omega less than or equal to 5 in that equation. So that equation, in our equation, the integral or differential term is just s square, k is equal to 1, so s square. So 20 log of the magnitude of that s square. So 20 log magnitude of j omega square. J is not needed in magnitude calculation. So 20 log omega square. This is the equation up to first corner frequency. Then the equation changes. So first corner frequency is omega C1, that is 5 radian per second. So initially let me calculate the magnitude for first corner frequency, that is substitute omega is equal to 5 in this equation, you will get 28 dB. And the lower corner frequency, for any frequency less than this 5, this magnitude equation is valid. And I already selected omega L as 0.5. So let me substitute that 0.5 in this equation. Then I will get minus 12 dB. So 2 points are over. Then the second corner frequency, that is omega C2. Okay, it is 50 radian per second. And the slope up to the 50 radian per second is 20. The initial, please check the slope table, the previous slide, previous board, please check it. Initial slope was 40. Then at omega is equal to omega L, we are adding minus 20. So it will become 20. So the slope will be 20 from omega C1 to omega C2. So at omega C2, the gain equation is slope from omega C1 to omega C2 log omega C2 by omega C1 plus gain at previous point omega C1. So 20 is the slope, log 50 by 5 plus previous slope, it is 28. The answer will be 48 dB. Okay, now third point is over. Now at omega C2 we are adding another pole, so again minus 20 slope will happen. At present slope was 20. At omega C2 we are adding again minus 20. So the net slope will become 0. So after omega C2 net slope is 0. Okay, so at omega is equal to omega h, the same equation is applicable. But this was equation for omega is equal to omega C2. So we are considering slope from omega C1 to omega C2. But this is equation for omega h. So here we have to consider slope from omega C2 to omega h, that is 0. We already know that is 0. Into log of omega h by omega C2 plus gain at omega C2. So this all term will become 0, just 48 dB. You please check, this gain and this gain are same. Why? Because slope from omega C2 to omega h is 0 in our table. As slope is 0, gain will be a straight line. So at both these points, the value of gain will be 48 dB. That is the logic. Anyhow, now I am going to mark these points in our semi-log graph sheet. So this axis represents gain in dB and this axis represents frequency omega radian per second. So first point is 0.5. Decade division 0.1 to 1, we are taking first decade, 1 to 10 second decade, 10 to 100 third decade. 3 decades are considered. So in between 0.1 to 1 there will be 10 division and 5 is marked here. In between 1 to 10 there is also 10 divisions. 2, 3, 4, 5 is marked here. Why I am stressing on 5? Because please check the frequencies. Omega L is 0.5, omega C1 is 5, omega C2 is 50. Everywhere we need the division of 5. So this is 0.1 and this is 1. So 5 will come here somewhere. It is there in your semi-log graph sheet. Don't get confused about these things. These divisions are there in your graph sheet. It will be marked like this. So you can easily spot that points in graph sheet. So at omega L is equal to 0.5, gain is minus 20. So minus 20. This is the first point. At omega is equal to omega C1, gain is 5. So frequency is 5 and gain is 28. This is the second point. Here we can see the slope is positive. In this example, all the slopes are positive and final slope is 0. And from at omega C2 50 radian per second, gain is 48 dB. This is 10, so this is 50. So gain is 48 dB. Here it is. Wait for it. And then omega at least 100, very close to this point. These 2 points are very close. So at 100 also gain is equal to 48 dB. So we can draw by using the scale. Okay. This is 40 dB per decade. This is 20 dB per decade. This is 0 dB per decade. So slopes are also marked. So Bode magnitude plot is over. Now I am going to plot Bode phase plot by using the phase angle equation. After completing the drawing of Bode magnitude plot, now it's time to draw Bode phase plot. Anyhow, we know that k is assumed as 1 initially. So this will be the transfer function if we put s is equal to j omega. This is always better to put s is j omega in initial stage. Then it is easy to split to both magnitude and phase. So phase phi is equal to angle of this g of j omega, and this numerator is contributing 180 degree because omega square j square, j is 90, j square 180 degree, and denominator we are taking negative common, then all the denominator terms are added, and its angle is tan inverse of 0.2 omega, 0.2 tan inverse of imaginary by real. Here imaginary is 0.2 omega, real is 1. Actually 1 is there, but it is not having any specific meaning. Plus tan inverse of 0.2 omega. This is the total angle equation. But please be very careful, don't directly substitute omega in this one. I suggest always to tabulate with A and B. You have to calculate this A and B separately. Then arrange all things in a table. Then find the phi. That is, for omega is equal to 0.5, you have to calculate tan inverse of 0.2 omega and tan inverse of 0.02 omega separately. Write those things in a table. Then finally calculate phi. That will be better. So if you substitute 0.5, 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, I will get these values. It is not necessary to select only corner frequencies or frequencies we selected in magnitude plot. We can select other frequencies also, as 0.5 and 5 are the frequencies that we used in magnitude plot. But here 1 is also we are using because in order to get more accuracy. Like that 10, 50, 100, 10, okay, 10 was not there initially in magnitude calculation. So any frequency I can take, but always be careful that you should take these frequencies. Frequency which you are given for calculating magnitude, that frequencies are essential, and you can take more frequencies. That is not done, that will not do any harmful thing. It will help you and your figure will be more accurate, but you should be very critical to select these values. This is compulsory to select these values as omega. Okay. So for 0.5 it is 174 degree. 174 degree. Okay. Okay, 0.5 174 degree. For 1 it is 168 degree. For 5 it is 130. For 10 it is 106. For 50 it is 50. Both are same. And for 100 it is 30. Okay, now let me connect these points with freehand drawing. So the phase plot and magnitude plots are over. Now in our question, a specific value of phase margin is given. Actually, I suggest you to make a small correction in the question. In question, phase margin was given as 50. You please correct that as 130 because while I was framing the question, some axis mistake happened in my mind. That's why not 130. Okay. You have to take the phase margin as 210 degree. Find the value of k for getting a phase margin of 210 degree. Please cut that 50 degree and replace phase margin with 210 degree. Please correct the question. Okay, now I am moving to the procedure for adjusting the k. So this is the area where I want to really focus on this problem because up to this moment these things are already done in the previous problem. But now I want to adjust the phase margin. Okay, the phase margin should be 230. In order to that I want to find k. So phase margin is equal to 180 plus 5gc. What is 5gc? 5gc is the phase at gain crossover frequency. Gc mean gain crossover. Gc gain crossover frequency. 5gc means phase at gain crossover frequency. Actually, what is gain crossover frequency? This is the 0 in gain. This value should be extended to our plot and this should be bring to x-axis. This is the omega gc for this case, for k is equal to 1. And I have to extend this to phase plot and this angle is will be near 155. This angle is 155. That angle is actually phase for gain crossover. That should be added with 180. 180 plus 155. This is the present value of phase margin for k is equal to 1. But this is not my question. I explained this for you to memorize what was the concept. Now I want to do it in the reverse manner. I want to come from this side. I have to first apply phase margin, then I have to find 5gc, then I want to come to omega gc, and then I want to go to the point where this happens. Reverse manner is needed. Okay, so I think this is the base thing I already explained. Gain crossover frequency means the frequency at which gain crosses 0. It is obtained from gain plot or magnitude plot, and that frequency is known as omega GC, and that will be extended to phase plot, and then we will get phi GC. 180 plus phi GC is equal to phase margin. Now in the question 230 is given as phase margin, so substitute that in the equation. Then phi GC is equal to, not 230, sorry, 310. Now phi GC is equal to 310 minus 180, that is equal to 130. So initially I obtained phi GC. So that phi GC 130 should be marked here. Not phi JC, that is phi JC. Phase corresponding to gain crossover frequency. Okay, so from this one I will definitely get gain crossover frequency. Use scale, then you will get the exact point. So gain crossover frequency is, so phi GC use it to find omega GC. Omega GC is equal to 5. At this omega GC, what is omega GC? Gain crossover frequency. Gain crossover should happen in the new condition. So extend this 5 to the line of gain 0. Actually, this is line, draw as a straight line. Okay. Because this point already I drawn corresponding to this 5 in the border magnitude plot. Okay, now I know 5 is the omega GC, and at that point, as it is omega GC, at that point gain crossover should happen. But actually gain crossover is not happening here. What is the meaning? What is the meaning? That is, actually when we varying the value of k, the same shape will move upward and downward. The same shape. When we vary the value of k, nothing, shape will not change. The same shape will move upward and move lower. We want to find the value of k where gain crossover happens at omega GC 5. So this point should be shifted to this point. And the new shape will be, it is not asked in the question. Anyhow, I know that the new shape will be like this. Just a shifting. Please look. Now it is clear. At 0, gain crossover happens, and at this frequency we will get phi GC, that is 130. 130 plus 180 will give 310. Phase margin is okay. So now the question is, what is the amount of this shift? What is the amount of this shift? For that I need to get the initial point. I think this point was there in the magnitude plot. For omega is equal to 5, it was I think 28 dB. Yes. For omega is equal to 5, this was 28 dB. So we need to shift it in negative direction. Minus 28 should be done. So minus 28 should be added to all point in order to make phase margin is equal to 310. So whatever may be, you in the same question it can be also asked that find the value of k so that omega GC, gain crossover frequency, is 5. All things are same. So this question can be asked in various methods. Anyhow, the shift is same. Either you have to shift in negative direction or you have to shift in positive direction. Here you are shifting in negative direction. So your step is 20 log k is equal to the value of that shift. Here the shift is negative minus 28. If you are shifting in positive direction, you will get a positive value here. So k is equal to anti-log minus 28 by 20. So you will get 0.0398 as k. So this is the case. So this requires a little bit patience and little bit attention to analyze what is gain crossover frequency, what is phi DC, what is phase margin. You should be able to do such calculation in mind, with your mind itself. Then you will succeed. But anyhow, this area is really important. In this module, either a essay question will appear to plot the Bode plot and to find gain margin or phase margin. Otherwise, a question will be appearing like this with k as alphabet itself, and you have to find the value of k in order to get gain margin, phase margin, etc. in some condition. So please check your textbook. There may be similar questions with slight difference in the value of phase margin. You may be asked to find the value of k with some desired gain margin also. That is also very simple. You can do that. So make the base very strong by viewing these 4 videos. Then you can answer any type of question that appearing in the exam from this module. So hope you enjoy this video. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.